Sixth-year Emporia head coach Garin Higgins joins us here at the 2012 Media Day, downtown Kansas City. 5-6 last year, 3-6 MIAA. I look at your program, Coach, and it seems every year you guys are right there. You're knocking on the door, and you just haven't been able to completely break through that door. How do you do that this season?
Well, that's the ultimate question, and it's such a challenge in this league each and every week. And where we're at right now, even going into last year, we felt really good about our talent level and where we're at. I feel like we're as talented as the top teams in the league. We lost a lot of close games last year. I think the biggest key for us is getting off to a good start. I think also, in this league, it's such a, there's such a fine line between, what you need to do to win close games. And we lost a lot of close games last year that really boiled down to one possession, turning the ball over, not being able to get off the field on third down, or giving up a big play, or not scoring in the red zone, being more efficient in the red zone, which are some things that I think we need to get better at. I think if we can improve in those areas, that we got an opportunity to take that next step and step, where we want to be, which is at the top of the league. But you know what? One thing about it is that the top teams in this league have relatively been the top teams since I've been at Emporia State. So we're all trying to figure out a way to kick that door in, and hopefully we get it done this year.
Hey, look at your schedule. You mentioned a fast start. I think Emporia fans, no, this wouldn't be how you would think of as a coach. They would go down and like to pencil in wins and losses, what they think will happen, and conceivably it could be a schedule where people could have you at 8-0 going into your final three. You don't play one of those three teams, though, one of those four teams that you mentioned that has historically been at the top of this league until late in your schedule, and you're playing some teams that have been in the middle tier with you, have been below you. So how does that present the challenge of getting fast out the gates and make sure you're in a position late in the season when you play those teams that you're right there in the race?
Well, I think that's important, but at the same time, I think that we definitely are just looking at our first game, August 30th, Fort Hays State, not concerned with anybody else on our schedule. It's the funny thing about it is that even though our schedule's changed, teams that we play now that we haven't played, if you look at those teams, Kearney, Nebraska, the last 2 years has been a playoff team. Northeastern State was a postseason bowl team last year. So right. Even though we did lose, say, Central Missouri and Pitt State, of course, the defending national champions, and even Missouri Southern, we've kind of replaced them with good teams as well. Even though Central Oklahoma has been down the past few years, I think they have an opportunity to be a very good football team and to be a very good football program in this league. They remind me a lot of Nebraska Omaha in the fact that they have, their location is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Big city, got great facilities. So back to your question, we're not taking anything for granted. We can't afford to take anything for granted. Being 5-6, we truly are taking one game at a time, and we've been in those games where I felt like we were the better football team, and we ended up getting beat. So, and really the last 2 years, we've been one game away from going to a bowl game. And the games that we've lost to not get us there have been against teams that were, preseason ranked below us. So in this league, I don't take anything for granted, and I definitely don't look for any games past August 30th.
Talking about your quarterback, Tyler Eckenroy, I look at his career. He's now a senior, and it seems that he's just climbed the ladder. He's all right his first year. Last year he took big steps forward, and this year you would think if he continues to follow that pattern, he'd set you guys up in very good position to be successful. Well,
that's what we want. We're definitely not going to put everything on his shoulders, even though he is a 3-year starter coming back. It's been a process with him, as you said. His first year as a starter, it was up and down. Wasn't really healthy the whole year. Last year was probably, you could say, would be breakout year in the conference. Had a great year statistically. Was very efficient in the things that he did. Stayed healthy the whole year besides the Southwest Baptist game, which helped us. So, anytime you have a veteran back at that position, you got an opportunity to compete in this league.
You got a safety that's an All-American, and Derek Lohman. He had an injury in the spring game. Is he expected to be at full strength when you open camp?
He did have an injury, and he'll be ready to go August 30th. That was, spring games they're kind of double-edged swords. You know that they're good to have because you put your players in a position to have to go through a game-like situation, and you want your players to have an opportunity to have fun. He got hurt, just kind of a freak accident, broke his arm. It was really a nervous time, but he's done everything. Derek's the type of player that will do everything possible for him to be ready to play on August 30th. So, and he will be, and he's also basically a four-year starter for us. So, and he's kind of the quarterback of that defensive secondary and get guys lined up. And he's really stepped up, made some big plays for us in years past, and we expect those same things from him this year.
Solid experience at quarterback, solid experience in the secondary. Good luck to you this year, Coach Higgins.
You bet. Thank you very much.